Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Bonk here, bringing games StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. And it is going to be from the DreamHack 2013 replay pack again, and it's going to be finishing out my series of every matchup in every which way, be it TVT, TVZ, TVP. I could go on forever with that, but you get the point. Every matchup, pretty much, in whatever way, it is going to be on my channel now. And now, after this point, I'm pretty much just going to be casting whatever that looks really interesting to me. And yeah, so let me go and introduce these players. In the top left, we do have the Red Terran. It is Polt from well, not from CMStorm, but he is sponsored by CMStorm. And in the bottom right, we do have NRSKrass, and he is from the team Neuro. It's a very interesting way to say Neuro. They spelled it N-E-W-R-O. I imagine it's supposed to be pronounced Neuro. So, yeah, pretty interesting way to spell Neuro, but that's pretty cool. I like it. So we go ahead and talk about these players a little bit. The orange Terran down here, Krass, not as well known as Polt, but I mean Polt is extremely well known. But Krass, you know, it may be a potential up-and-coming player. I was trying to look to see if he had any good streams, content, and maybe a very active Twitter feed. Unfortunately, he doesn't even tweet. So I will be posting actually his Team Liquid thread in the description below for your enjoyment. I am actually going to be doing that for the most part every time I want to plug players, because actually on the Team Liquid thread, or excuse me, the Wikipedia Liquid thread, there is going to be a lot of information about the player. There's also going to be all their links, their Twitters, their Twitches, you know, all that fun stuff is going to be there for you to, if you want to follow them, if you want to see if they're streaming, you know, whatever the case may be. So anyways, about Krass, he did really well in his group stage 1, actually. He went 6-0, taking out some pretty good players, but then he got into group 2, and he was literally, it was like night and day for players. That is, like, man, he had to go through Polt, he had to go through Sage, he had to go through Starnon. Man, that is just unfortunate, but you know, it's okay. I'm sure he will do fine. But anyways, a little bit about Polt. If you don't know anything about Polt, let me go ahead and just let you know just a couple little things. He's pretty much a really, really good Terran player. He's won a GSL before, Code S. And anytime you win a GSL Code S, you seriously are a monster. Like, there is no other way to put it, man. If you win a GSL Code S, you are amazingly good. And he actually took out MMA 4-0 and back in 2011, and that is an amazing accomplishment. And really, that's all I need to say about him. Like, it's just like, all right, man, you want a Code S? Okay, you're good. That's as simple as that. And yeah, he's also sponsored by CMStorm. That's his personal sponsor, and he's also sponsored by Nas Energy Drink. So pretty interesting to see him sponsored personally by those sponsors. It's pretty awesome. So right now we do have factory going down for Polt, and actually a very early factory going down for Krass. I don't know exactly when he put his refinery, but it definitely was a little bit earlier than Polt. So he's going to have a little bit earlier tech. The drop's going to be at Polt's base, I imagine, if he's going to go for drop play, maybe even Banshees, but usually, more often than not, it most likely will be drop plays. Well, actually, he's switching his, well, okay, he's going to put it on starport. Okay, so it is going to be drop play. More often than not, in TVT, you go for the quicker tech while expanding, and then you go for drops. So now we got to see what the variation is going to be, and it looks like he's actually going for Hellions. Kind of interesting. Usually Widow Mines is I would say, the better choice, because, for example, like if you don't have an NG bay or any way to figure out scan, or any scans rather, you can't see the mines, and the mines are just going to sit in your mineral line all day, and you can't even mine there. So that's why I kind of feel the Widow Mines a little bit better than the Hellions. But at the same time, man, if those SCVs line up, you are literally going to just be fried. All your SCVs are just going to die. And right now we do have a scan going out for Polt and a scan going down for Krass. He's like, yeah, bro, you scan me, I'll scan you right back, baby. No big deal. So right now we do have Polt actually spreading out all of his units. He looks like he's got a Widow Mine here in the front. He's probably just going to wait till his Medivac comes out to do a potential drop, because he is making a Medivac. And Krass's Medivac is already going across the map. Like I said before, Krass's tech was a little bit earlier because of the fact he got the earlier gas, so his drop's going to be there a little bit earlier, and he does look like he's potentially going to go straight for the natural, because if he's going to go for the main, he would have took a different route. So he's going to go for the natural most likely, and we do have an NG bait going down for Krass, so really good awareness. You know, he did see the Widow Mine pop out of the factory, so he says, alright, well, if you're going to go into my main, I'm just going to have a turret, and he does have one in his natural as well, but we do have a drop going down at the natural expansion. He didn't even kill an SCV, I don't think. Well, there's one dead, but I think that died at the earlier stage of the game. He does kill one SCV that was building the refinery. He's like, come on, man, I just want to build a refinery, bro. Like, I just want to build. Right now we do have Marines just going forward, and they're kind of lining up a little bit there pretty well. Nice trades, actually, for Krass. Got a couple workers, only got like 2 workers. He killed a couple Marines as well, and he's just going to drop here in the main. There's actually a drop going down after natural expansion as well. He's just going to be boosting in the main, and he's not going to really get anything done. I don't think he's going to have to turn around immediately. And these Hellions, man, they're doing some sick damage. Haven't even died yet. Wow, really well played by Krass there. He killed 4 workers in total with this drop, and he just did a lot of damage, killing Marines as well. So really well played here by Krass. And looking at the units station here, or excuse me, in the production tab right here, he is actually not going to be going for mech. He's going to be going for the bio play. So I thought he was potentially going to be going for mech, because he did get an armory relatively early, but this armory is actually going to be for Hellbats. And Hellbat jumps, man, oh my god, they are so good. And it does look like Polt is also going to be going for the bio play as well. It looks like he canceled probably a reactor on his factory there, going to do the triple CC and dropping down 2 more barracks. So right now both players are just really powering up, and Polt actually parking one of his Widow Mines at the potential 3rd base and putting one out in the front as well for scouting and just to kill a couple units in case he does try to move out. So right now we do have another drop actually going into the main from Krass. He's going to be picking off the building workers, man. He just has, oh, actually didn't even kill that one. That's unfortunate. So right now he looks like he did kill 2 workers. I might have missed that or something. But there's a Widow Mine actually right here. This is probably going to die, I imagine. Oh no, the Vikings pick it off. That sucks. As it plummets down into the ravine there. So right now we do have stem coming out for both players, and Battle Hellions coming out for Krass. I think Krass might potentially go for a potential timing, because he didn't really get his 3rd base that early. I mean, he might have saw it with that drop. Actually didn't even see that 3rd base with that drop, actually. This could be potentially bad for Krass if he doesn't decide to put on pressure. We do have, wow, that really sucks. If that thing was any lower, that would have died. Right, we have the Battle Hellions going into the natural expansion. He's going to be dropping in here, and Polt's reaction is going to be instantaneous, because those will burn instantly. It does look like he actually gets almost no losses there, actually. I think he lost like 6 or 7 workers with that drop. Man, that is pretty clutch reactions, man. 4 Hellions, Battle Hellions definitely did not do the work they needed to do there. And the 2 Medivacs also died. Right now he's going to scout the 3rd base as well, already completed, and a lot of infrastructure. But he's going to be dropping into the main, killing some workers. Hopefully we got like a couple there already. So right now up to 8 worker losses for Polt. So he's going to have to catch up a little bit in the workers here, because right now it looks like it's 44 for Polt and 54 for Krass. So Krass is actually ahead in the units counting station. It looks like we had another little Hellion run by here. These tanks, man, just getting repaired hard by that SCV line there. Looks like he did pick off like 2 more workers there as well. So right now 19 workers killed for Krass here, picking off those units with the drop play, and that's pretty much what his plan was, man. It was to get those Battle Hellions, get the drops, and try to do as much damage as possible while taking his 3rd. And I think he really succeeded, you know. As you can see in the units counting station, he has 8 more workers than Polt. So he's going to be breaking down this wall, and there's a little bit of an annoyance here. He's actually going to put down a missile turret to actually kill this Widow Mine here that's blocking the expansion. And that's kind of unfortunate, man, because that's going to have Polt potentially catch up. As you can already see, he's already caught up by 5 workers already, or excuse me, 4 workers already. So looks like he's actually going to be going for another Battle Hellion drop. And this Widow Mine on the front, man, it's just killed 1 SCV there, I think, but That really sucks, man. It's just like perfect scouting information and perfect positioning to kill anything that kind of comes out of there. He is going to kill that Widowmine and finally land his expansion. And we do have a push here come out for Polt. And I don't know if he doesn't even see this coming, actually. He's just going to go into the third and potentially just snipe the third base here. He's going to be sieging up his tanks. And Krass has a lot of Marines, a lot more Marines than Polt. But man, those tanks are just going to go to town on those Marines. And, you know, with that very cost-efficient trade, man, I think this game could swing into the favor of Polt. It looks like there was actually a drop over here, but it was cleaned up. He did kill 8 workers with that push, but this CC actually might potentially go down here. Those SCVs are just going to be going down left and right, but I actually don't think it's going to be going down. And, you know, wow, he actually lost a lot of medibacks over there as well. Probably a little bit of a misclick by Krass here, and he's really behind right now. As you can see in the units tab, he doesn't really have too many Marines. Right now we have 34 Marines for Polt, 13 for Krass, and a lot more tanks for Polt as well. And that's really going to be unfortunate. It's going to play a huge role in this game, because the person that has the most tanks really can control the map better. Because if you have 1 tank versus 4, I'm sorry, but you can literally just run into those tanks and probably just win the fight just because your tanks, you'll lose like maybe like 2 tanks or so, but you'll actually be able to like clean up the rest of the army. But he's just going to be pulling back for now and get all of his reinforcements, because right now he is pretty far ahead in the units counting station here. We do have 150. Wow, he just shot up so hard there. 153 supply for Polt, 105 for Krass. So right now Krass playing for a little bit of a deficit. He needs to definitely be very careful with his engagements here. He kind of just needs to hang back for a little bit and just wait for the right opportunity. We do have a little bit of a hit squad here. He's going to pick off this little Marine that was just kind of sitting back, and we do have Krass going to be pushing forward a little bit, but that would have been a really big mistake. There's a lot of tanks there. You guys scan to see that there is plenty of units there that he does not want to run into. He definitely needs to step here on the left. He probably should break these rocks down. That would have been probably a really good idea to at least hold off this pressure for a little bit right here. We do have Polt actually going for 2-2, so he's actually going to be ahead in 1 upgrade. Actually 2 upgrades, I believe. Yeah, 2. He's going to have +2 armor, whereas Polt is going to have +2 finishing up really soon here. And right now we do have an engagement here. He actually dropped 2 tanks and a bunch of Marines. And I think this might actually be the killing blow here. The tanks are out of position on the ledge. They're just kind of sitting overlooking the view and like not really doing anything. It looks like Krass is going to have to abandon this base yet again. And honestly, there's not really much left for Krass. There's a couple tanks, and they're actually going to be picked off right here by a couple Marines. And that is never a good thing. And that's GG well played by Krass. So really well played by Krass here. And Polt. But Polt just a little bit stronger. And got the lead there at the end of the game. That really strong positioning at the third base with the tanks and the Marines really turned the game into his favor. Krass did really well though in the beginning, man. He was really showing, man, that his style of play is really strong, you know, just getting a lot of drops out there, a lot of hellbat drops. Really good, showcasing why they're so good. He killed so many workers. I think he killed like 20-something workers. Yeah, he killed 26 workers. So really well played by Polt and Krass. All the information is obviously going to be down in the description below, replay packs and so on and so forth. And yeah, I'll be doing game 2 probably tomorrow or the next day. And you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later.